Debbie, can you hear me?
Hello? Bishop,
can you hear me?
Thank you. Yes,
I'm
Bishop,
here, yes.
Thank you. Can I just say that we have started and we don't want to waste time? If we can be, what's happening? If we could be able to be finished at least the latest, 3:30. Good afternoon, good evening, good morning.
However,
what is happening now? Bishop Nhlapo, can you start your guide?
Thank you, Me.
Yes, can you start with the word of prayer? And then I'm going to hand over to Vice President Denise Bore from Zimbabwe. Thank you. Can you pray for us? Thank you.
Okay. Good day, wonderful people of the world, women leading change. My name is Bishop Bunene Gloria Nhlapo. The topic today is agriculture as a revolution, to no poverty, no hunger. Let us pray. God Almighty, we praise thy name. We glorify your name. We know that you are a loving God. I pray that you bless this day and revive every individual listening to this prayer and the people of the world. Bless us this day to understand your ways as your people. Bless our planet, Lord. Please, Lord, deliver us from this plague of COVID-19. Help us to adhere to the governments when they say social distancing, my Lord. When they say, wear a mask. When they say, Lord, lockdown. Please, Mudimu Warona, send the spirit of healing to this world. How long? Oh, how long, Lord, will you forget us? How long must we have sorrow in our hearts? Please attend to our cries, O Lord. Yizwa imithandazo yethu Nkosi. Give ear to our prayers. Let our vindication come from you, my Lord. We know we have wronged, we have sinned. Please, Mudimu Ntate, redeem us from COVID-19. We have called upon you, please hear us. Please hear us pray. Yizwa imithandazo yethu Nkosi. You know we love you, O Lord. You are our strength. Bless the land to give us food, Father. You promised and said, walk through the land in the length of it and in the breadth of it, for I will give it unto you. But global warming is confusing us. We need to understand our seasons in simple language. Now that the seasons are changing, we do not know when to cultivate. When to cultivate the ground for subsistence farming. Thus there is less food in the table for the poor. We know you save those who trust in you. Like the family of Noah, we trust in you. Thank you, Lord, for listening to yet another prayer. In the mighty name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Amen.
Amen. And
Amen.
Thank you. Amen. And those who are Muslims, can we also have a silence prayer for the Muslims and other faith organizations? If we can just have a minute of silence, especially when the Muslim, they were celebrating their Eid. Can we just have a 5 minutes silence of prayer? Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. I think before I say any other things, I'm just going to recognize some of the people who are here. I just wanted even to tell you that the World Women Leading Change was founded by a very young lady from Indonesia, Professor Ayla. Ayla from Indonesia, Professor Ayla Alfure. She founded this organization to hold hands with other women in the world. And we are here in South Africa because of Ayla, Professor Ayla Alfure, and also, and here in Africa, the person who really brought the World Women Leading Change is President Alice Kamungwe. President Alice Kamungwe said that, you know, my sister, when we were in Nigeria, we spoke that we really want to change the world. So here's an opportunity that we can be able to change the world. And we are established in different countries. I'm going to say that we are also in Angola, and we've got a president in Angola. We've got a president in Botswana. We've got a president in Namibia. We've got a president in DRC. We've got a president in Lesotho. We've got a president in Zimbabwe, in Swaziland, in Nigeria, in UK, it is in India. You know, it is really, it's like a mustard seed. It is spreading this World Women Leading Change. We are saying that those who really want to be part of the World Women Leading Change, come and be part of us. And we have sectors, and the sectors in the World Women Leading Change, in Kenya, we've got President Joy, who is also leading Kids Leading Change. If she's here, she will say hi. And we've got also President Wanja, who is also leading the creative arts. I also love them so much because, you know, I like fashion. I like beautiful things. I like creativity because God made me, and I'm the creation of God, so that is why I'm so creative. And we have also the Eastern Hexagon, which is being led by President Wanja. She is also from Kenya. And we've got also the infrastructure. The infrastructure here in Africa is led by President Rebecca Muruti. And in education is President Alice Kamungwe, whereby we are also saying that skills revolution is a way to go. We are also having the technology, but here in Africa, we've got a young girl from Namibia who is also leading change in technology. If ever you want to be part of us, come. And President Ayla Alfure, she is also leading the world real estate leading change. And here in Africa, she's holding my hand to go with her. I thank you. And if ever I've left one of you, please pardon me. On my way, I'll be able to recognize you. Thank you so much. I've also having some friends from South Korea, friends from Japan, friends from America. They are also part of us in revolutionizing the agriculture. No to poverty, no to hunger, and we should live a better life. That is the sustainable development goals. So what are we saying? Should we live in hunger? Should we live in poverty? No. We've got hands. We are being created by the image of God. I thank you. Over to you, my Vice President, Bernice Bore. And we are saying, investors, if ever you are investors, if ever you are listening, come to this fertile land, Africa. Africa is green. Africa is fertile. Africa is waiting for you with your expertise and knowledge. I thank you. Over to you, President. President Bernice.
Thank you so much, President Debbie. For our guest, President Debbie here is the president representing Southern Africa for women in agriculture and real estate. Thank you so much, President Debbie, for the introduction. You see, agriculture is the best weapon to end poverty and hunger. So without wasting much time, let me introduce to you our Deputy Director General Ramasodi from the Department of Agriculture, Forestry and Fisheries. Thank you so much, sir, for coming through. Thank you for your time and presence. I now hand over to you, Deputy Director General Ramasodi.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And I mean, you never get to a meeting and there is prayer. And that for me speaks volumes of you as women leading within Africa, within the world, and South Africa in particular. And I would like to thank you, both presidents, for the invite that you have extended to the department to come and indicate the issues that we have around agriculture. I thought at some stage I will give you a long presentation that you would enjoy, but at the same time I thought maybe this should be turned into a discussion on African agriculture and how African agriculture has been impacted upon by COVID-19 and how we reimagine this sector of ours going forward. And I think that the heading for today is a heading that is very exciting, that says that agriculture as a revolution to no poverty and no hunger. Now we need to ask ourselves, where does the no poverty and no hunger come from? We need to reflect that previously when we had the Millennium Development Goals, we were preaching the very same language to say no poverty, no hunger. And we went to the Sustainable Development Goals and we reiterated that we need to ensure that we eliminate poverty and we ensure that at some stage as a country, we also eliminate hunger. And those are SDGs that we're all looking forward to. And those SDGs are the SDGs that everybody within the world is looking at. Now, I would like to share with you something that I thought is very important, that would look at where we are and how do we get as a country where we are. Now, we as a country have got a few areas that we are looking at. I'm trying to move the slide, but it's not moving. Yeah, there we go. We have got what we call the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Master Plan. I hope that everybody can see.
Yes, we can see.
Okay. We know that Minister Didiza had launched the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Master Plan with the social partners around June this month. And this plan is meant to put South Africa on a new trajectory when it comes to agriculture. Now, this comes at the back end of us having had to have implications in terms of COVID-19 relief measures. And these measures were ensuring that we move our sector towards economic recovery, reconstruction, and growth. And as soon as we did that, we looked at different measures to say, how do we ensure that broadly we have got a commitment as government towards ensuring that every person who's around South Africa has got a buy-in in terms of what you want to do, both at macro and sectoral policy level, and also ensuring that we have got land, water, that would be assisting us, and also looking at the markets, because one of the issues that we have got to deal with in agriculture its markets, and also looking at the incentives. Now, in terms of that, we have got a plan that is phased out to see how do we deal with the master plans. They are very broad in terms of our master plan. We have got a research that we have already done. We're looking forward to ensuring that there is sustainable stakeholder involvement, and I hope that Mayor Dineo, in terms of her involvement, would be one of those who would assist us. And we're looking also at the social compact.
Excuse me, DG, there are people who have not muted. Can we ask them, please, can they respect us and check their devices? Please check your device. Can you check your devices? Can you please check your device? Bishop Nhlapo, please, can you mute? Bishop Nhlapo?
I'm trying to.
Yeah, just, oh yes. Yes, please. I'm sorry to disturb.
No, that's okay,
but, okay, my lovely.
That's okay.
I'm sorry. Okay. Chazama Haluma, please. Chase, please, can you please? Chase, Ma'am?
Yes,
Mama
Mama Debbie.
Can you mute? Yeah, can you please try to, okay, please, can you unmute, please? Mute. You didn't mute, thank you, please. It is making an echo.
Yeah, I'm
Mama
trying to.
Bishop.
Kitsile, more on the meeting, on the Zoom. I'm trying to get back into the Zoom and mute.
Can you go to the young person to assist you, Mama? It's still making noise. And Emma, please, I'm sorry to disturb, I have to, because we want to be attentive. Hawaii, YS 2018, please. Also, thank you. I'm sorry, Papa. I'm sorry for that. You can talk. I thank you. Dr. Ramasodi?
No, as I indicated, I'm more easy in terms of the interventions that we have got to have. So we started off with the Agriculture and Agro-Processing Master Plan with a clear indication of what we want to do. We are through the research phases. We have done a few stakeholder arrangements, but in terms of communities, we still need to have engagements, very broad engagements with you, involving communities, where we are going to look at social partners in terms of the master plan, formulating commitments that would be there for our social partners, and also contracting the social partners in terms of the master plan. On the outer years, going from August going to December, we will be going into the execution phase of this master plan. Now, there are a few areas. The second level that we are looking at is the issue around the acceleration of land reform and land administration. We as government would like to avail 9 million hectares of state land for production and grazing. And 700,000 of those must be allocated by year end. And we're looking to transfer some of this land in terms of what we call the Transformation of Certain Rural Areas Act, TRANCRA, to the remaining communities. This is equivalent to almost 1.2 million hectares. Now, there are a few labor tenants that are on these farms, and on a medium to long term, we would like to finalize their tenancy where they are living. Now, we also need to accelerate the processing of the current land claims that we are having. We're looking at 360,000 hectares, and we're also looking at having a very broad integrated land administration system as part of Pillar 2. In terms of Pillar 3, we're looking at fast-tracking the very same portions that I was talking about, but we want to also reintroduce the grant system to give freehold titles. And this, in terms of the outline for the different provincial administrations, we have given that in line. And we're also looking at the annual distribution that we would give. And obviously, as we are outlining our post-settlement support, we're looking at a way of coming up with a policy that would look at different portions and how we give to our farmers. Now, ostensibly, you would know that we have got different kind of farmers at household level, at smallholder level, at medium scale, and at large scale. Now, those at large scale would be those who are doing a turnover of above 10 million, medium between 1 and 10 million rands, and then those who are regarded as smallholders, which is where I think most of us would be granted 5 million over a 5-year period. And those who will be at subsistence level would be those we regard as 50,000 rands. So this we have already done in terms of the issues that we experienced with COVID-19, where the minister has pronounced on 1.2 billion, 700 million of it was used by smallholder farmers in terms of dealing with the COVID issues. Now there's an issue also in terms of post-settlement survey, because we don't know whoever is on this platform might be having farms that were given by government, and we're looking at funding options that we are going to ensure that each and every category of the 4 we can give funding. The first funding basis would be a blended finance scheme, and this scheme would be a scheme that would be done in conjunction with different banks to ensure that our farmers are given the support that they require. The second one would be the infrastructure program. You would know that in agriculture, you would need infrastructure in terms of you building your, for instance, if you have got poultry, you want to build your poultry houses, or alternatively, if you have got agro processing, you want to build yourself an abattoir, so you'll be given that infrastructure program. The third one would be the grant scheme that would be looking at comprehensive producers. Currently, this is given at provincial level, and all the provinces have got funding that they give to each and every farmer who's there and available and qualifies to be given that money. The other one would be on strategic land acquisition, but this one for this year is out because, as you would heard from the minister during the budget vote, there was an issue around the cutting of the budget. However, we believe that in the outer years, we will be able to give this kind of funding to our farmers. Now, we also need to transform the space that we utilize in South Africa. You would know that land ownership in South Africa is a very contested terrain. We have come up with a corridor approach as pronounced by the president, who called it the district development model. And you can see through these districts that we have penned out, there are districts in terms of where you would see how it moves from Cape Town going all the way in the coastal areas. You would have the middle one where you have got your Karoo, where you can produce your sheep. And obviously, you have got pockets in terms of cattle production all around Northwest, Northern Cape. And you have got the north where you can produce fruits, vegetables, and you have got Gauteng and other adjacent areas where there can be a lot of agro-processing that takes place. So these are the areas that we want to change the apartheid spatial legacy and ensure that people who were previously disadvantaged would ensure that we move going forward. Now we have broken down our spatial transformation into 3 distinct areas: short-term, medium-term, and long-term. In a short term, we need to ensure that there is spatial change in terms of the national spatial forum, and we use different mechanisms. And on the outline, we also need to utilize the human settlements that we are having to ensure that people have got land where they can build, where they can farm. Now, the progress that we have made is there. It's outlined. We have got a few areas that are already gazetted. Some of those are not gazetted. As you see, there's a piece around Limpopo that is currently not gazetted. We're looking at the regulators within the municipal areas to ensure that there's regulation, there's work that is being done, and we move in unison with the people of our country in changing this. when the bishop prayed, I thought that bishop had looked at my presentation before praying, because part of the prayer was saying, we no longer know the season. Now, that is part and parcel of what we know would be our pillar 5 in terms of climate change, which is currently making it very difficult for everybody to know how to farm and where to farm. As you would see, most of the areas from the west, it's getting drier. So your farming would be moving more towards the east, as signified in all the maps that we have seen here. But one of the biggest issues that we have is that we need to intensify some of the farming provisions that we are having. So we need to ensure that as we farm, we also take into cognizance the issues around climate change, and we have looked at issues around adaptation and climate change mitigation. We have looked at reducing emissions in terms of agriculture, and obviously there is an issue around how do we deal with the issues of climate smart agriculture, which is the term that we are currently utilizing. And we need to look at new irrigation technologies. Those are the things that I thought I should share with you for today, and ensure that I leave with you the opportunities that are there in agriculture. However, as we look broadly, there are a few areas in agriculture that we might, as a collective, need to start looking at. And these are planning from the presentations that we have had as a department at various areas. Now, if we look at agriculture as a revolution, we need to ensure that we take into cognizance what COVID-19 has done to us. In Africa, if you look broadly, there are 235 million people who are going hungry. 235 million people going hungry. And most of them are in sub-Saharan Africa. And 66 million of those are people who have got food insecurity. And this is where we need to focus ourselves on. Now, if you went to any shop over the weekend, you would have realized that the price of food is going up. And most of us have got backyards at home. Most of us have got land that is lying fallow in traditional areas. And this is the first place where we need to go, because there is no way where the kids who come from different areas are saying food comes from ShopRite Checkers or comes from any other shop, instead of saying that they come from the land. We should know that in terms of the Sustainable Development Goals and the Malabo Declarations and Agenda 2063 of the African Union, we had made commitments around ensuring that we deal with extreme poverty and dealing with poverty, with hunger. Now, my take has always been that COVID-19 has done two things. Firstly, it has shown us the fault lines in terms of our food security. Because currently, if you look broadly, people are having problems in terms of having security of supply in terms of food. Not everybody would have food. Not everybody would afford food. Not everybody would have food that is nutritious or food that is safe to eat. So those aspects are the issues that you have got to look at, both at the production level, at retail level, and also at home level. Now, we have just outlined the critical areas that I have said would be pillars for comprehensive land and agrarian strategy in terms of the pillars. However, it is also important to know as a collective, where do you get money to start in terms of agriculture? Because I can indicate agriculture is the next best sector that we have in South Africa. And this has been indicated by the president. It has been indicated by the minister herself. We have got a few areas which we, as the department, have for aspiring farmers. One, it's Ilima Letsema, which is a grant that is being given to farmers to ensure that they can start off in terms of farming. It assists subsistence farmers in terms of production inputs. It's a grant. Now, what you need to do is that through the provincial department, you apply through them and they will be able to grant you once you qualify. The second one is what I touched on in terms of the presentation, is the Comprehensive Agricultural Support Program, which is meant to ensure that you have got on-farm and off-farm infrastructure as a farmer, because you would need that infrastructure in order for you to be able to export. The second one would be the Agri-BEE. Agri-BEE deals with buying you stakes in existing companies. If you need a stake in a company and you do qualify, you apply for Agri-BEE. And that fund is through the department. You can freely discuss this with me as and when we depart from this platform. The fourth one would be the blended finance, which includes the department and the land bank. I know that those of us who are on this platform would say that, but the land bank had problems. That is being sorted out with National Treasury. And we have got a blended finance that can assist you in terms of government giving a portion of a grant between 40 and 50%, and the land bank giving a loan so that you can start your farming enterprise. The other area that we can look at is the land bank themselves, where you have started and you have progressed as a farmer. You can approach the land bank to assist you with funding, specifically in terms of production and at some stage around agro-processing. But if you want to go big, you can also go to the Industrial Development Corporation, which is one of those funding mechanisms that we have in our country. Or alternatively, you can go to the commercial banks that we have in South Africa. So those are the funding channels, not limited to those that I've already given here. Now, I know that most of us go into agriculture and say, agriculture is easy. Agriculture is that industry where you can just move in and do things. There are acts in agriculture. There is legislation in agriculture that is very important for you as farmers, for you as consumers, and for you as people who would like to see agriculture going forward. Now, for each and every product that you have in your hand, you can go and check the freezer from here or whichever place. There's the Agricultural Product Standards Act that governs how a product, the quality of a product should look like. You have got an act that deals with fertilizers, farm feeds, stock remedies. And these are areas where you can enter. You don't need to go and produce. You can come up with a fertilizer of your own. You can come up with a farm feed. You can come up with an agricultural remedy or a stock remedy, register it, and it becomes yours. You start making money from it without even producing anything on the field. Thirdly, you also have got the issues that you deal in terms of marketing of agricultural products. Now, for each and every deal that we have around the world, you need to know how you market this product, and you need to know your exports market. We have got a few government institutions that we utilize in terms of this: the National Agricultural Marketing Council, you have got the Perishable Export Control Board, and you also have got the Agricultural Research Council. And we work together with other departments. You have got the Department of Health and you have got the Department of Trade and Industry. So if you are interested in terms of exports, you will have to know the issues around agriculture. You will also have got to know issues around trade and industry, for instance, the trade metrology. You have got to know what your trademarks are, because most of us would start exporting and you find that your trademark has been taken by somebody else. And you also need to know about the consumer protection, which is something that is very important. So agriculture by itself has got a few areas that we know and can lend a hand in terms of assisting you to address these issues. Having known that you have got very limited time, I will stop there, but I would want to take more of the questions that would come from you so that it becomes an interactive session instead of me having a talk all by myself or even giving a lecture, because I know you are women of substance, you are men of substance, and there are issues that you might want to know that I did not even speak about, but I can give answers in terms of the interventions. I thank you very much for inviting me, and I will pause here, and I will ensure that midweek, based on the questions that I'll get from you, I will give a concise outline and presentation on the issues that you have asked me. I've got a notepad next to me, and I'll be writing each and everything that you want in terms of farming, and I'll share that with you during the week through Medineo. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for the profound and informative presentation. Thank you so much, Deputy Director General Ramasodi. Thank you so much. The presentation was so profound and very informative. I agree with you that agriculture is indeed the best sector in South Africa, and we're looking at agriculture as the wisest pursuit in Africa, in different other countries in Africa as well. So we've reached the question and answer segment. Over to you. I'll be taking questions now, and our Deputy Director General Ramasodi will be answering. Anyone with questions?
I think Vice President Penis, also in our midst, we've got Dr. Takue from Botswana. If ever he can just say 2 or 3 things, he is also in farming. Just to say 3 things also, and then we'll take questions. I thank you. Dr. Takue.
Okay.
I was just unmuting. Thank you very much for the opportunity to be part of this very interesting group. And I'm hoping that I'm audible. Am I audible? Can you hear me?
Oh, yes, we
I can
hear
see
you.
some.
Yes, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Well, I'm very happy to be part of this group of Africans who are really looking forward to having food security. And in particular, I was very impressed by the present in terms of including food security. Food security, there's some not there. Can you please, if you can? Thank you very much. I was actually saying that I was very by the mentioning of food security from the presenter. It's an area which sometimes when we do farming, we tend to forget, especially when it comes to the, we presume that people know our quality sometimes. We have our products and we don't have them qualified. You know, you can have a very good product, but if there's no quality in it, quality we're talking about the benefits of your consumer. What am I getting from your product? Why should I leave maybe genetically modified and perhaps go to your natural one, which comes from Africa, especially that Africa is still a very blessed country with very fertile land where you can actually grow organic plants and organic food. As you may realize, COVID-19 and other diseases that might come are coming very heavily on us, demanding very nutritional food. And Africa is just such a platform where we can get such nutritious food. But then having food which is not qualified in terms of their nutrients doesn't really give anybody anything. There is something which he actually also alluded to, which is the food sovereignty. Now with COVID-19, food sovereignty, by the way, means like situations where each country has a dependence on itself in terms of agriculture. If you look at how many countries have been depending on South Africa, you can actually tell that if borders of South Africa can be closed, most of the countries, including Botswana and some of those which are close to Botswana, will starve. And perhaps this is an area which requires an opportunity from this group, from various countries that you can take to try and use this opportunity that maybe the governments have relaxed a little bit, realizing the dangers of COVID-19 in terms of food shortages and hunger, that perhaps they might be willing to stretch their arms to fund this particular sector. So I think the presentation here was an eye opener to most of us from different countries, that if we have not started something similar, perhaps we could really try to do something like that and be able to produce food in our own countries. So really, with that, I just wanted to say thank you very much, the presenter. And I'm going to give it, but thank you very much for the opportunity to say a word. Thank you. Thank you.
President Denise, I saw some hands, President. Denise, I saw some hands. President Denise, there is a problem. President Denise, there is a problem. Can you, President Denise?
Cannot
Hello?
hear you.
Yes, I can hear you now.
Okay, I saw some hands.
Okay, who's got a question?
I saw.
Okay,
Bishop
Connie.
Lolo.
Is Connie
She's
Hidaka?
muted.
Amorwa Gololo, you can unmute and ask.
Hello,
Yes, we can hear you.
can I speak?
Yes, you can.
Okay, Mama Rahololo, thank you so much from South Africa. And I just want to appreciate this platform and the presentation that we received. Very powerful. I just want to thank also DDG Ramsodi. And on the presentation, I just want to have clarity, because all what you are saying so lucrative and it's very exciting.
I'm sorry, I'm going to the step. There's Vanish. Vanish, can you please unmute, please? Vanish. Oh my God. iPhone. Oh, guys. There is an iPhone that is open. Okay. Can you please, iPhone? I cannot read. I think it's Japanese or what? Can you please?
Terry,
Mute, please.
Terry, Mariko-san, onegaishimasu. Shizuka ni shite kuremasu ka?
Over to you, Bishop. Okay. I just want to find out from DDG on all this funding mechanism that you have mentioned. How do we access? Because one, I'm an aspiring farmer. I've even brought together some few of the farmers, because we have been running around really looking for direction, because we had presentations, let's say from provincial level, but when it comes to accessing, it becomes a bit difficult. You mentioned issue of starting the backyard. Some of us, we have started the backyard food gardens, but we are not qualified. You know, we hire people, but at a certain period, you cannot afford even to pay those kind of people. And then we also have got land in rural areas, but you know, there is a lot of difficulties, like there's no water, we don't have resources. So I'm just trying to get an understanding as to, because from your level, you say all these things, the programs are there, but when it comes to execution, it's always a very big problem, because I don't know whether it's because of human resource or what is going on, because all those plans are very beautiful, but they need to be executed at a certain level. So please help us there. Bless you.
Where is the mediator? I saw another hand, Princess Moroka. I'll take over. Princess Moroka, you can ask some questions. Princess Moroka. Princess Moroka, are you asking some questions? Princess Moroka?
Good afternoon, Ma. Can you hear me? Hello?
Princess,
am I audible?
Extremely audible.
Okay, thank you.
Yes.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much for the invitation, Ma. Thank you. I think I should convey my appreciation for the presentation by the DDG as well. Now, I'm wearing two caps in this meeting. One as a traditional leader and a member of the National House of Traditional Leaders in South Africa, who happens to chair a task team on what we call the agrarian revolution, but also representing a women's organization called Women of Africa Arise, where I have been nominated as a chair on the team concerning agriculture and smart villages. I'd like to say, yes, we've had these conversations. I think this has been an ongoing conversation within the country, but the issue seems to be us actually taking it off the ground. We would have many plans, many beautiful plans, but implementation seems to be an issue. Also, I think we are not really open to collaboration, and we don't really have genuine interactions that says we have this genuine will to undertake certain projects or programs. But COVID has unfortunately exposed that we are heading for what I call disaster if we do not change our game as soon as yesterday, given the challenges and the unfortunate tragedies that we see on a daily basis, especially coming from a constituency of the disadvantaged people, where if anything hits, they are the hardest hit. So I'd like to say to DDG that maybe we need to come to a point where we have open and genuine deliberations and have an open ear to listen to other ways and means of how things can be done. Sometimes this red tape that we have with systems delays the reality of our situation at grassroots level. And I say this also because one has started through one of the programs actually of the Department of Agriculture, 1 hectare, 1 household in 1 village. And one has seen that, you know, that if there's determination, change can come. In a matter of 6 months, my community was able to change for the better. And so DDG, will we be welcome? I know we've had these discussions, but are the doors open for genuine engagement so that we may hit the ground running? Thank you, Ma.
Can we see your face, please, Princess? We just want to see you. Even last time they wanted to see the princess. Please, Please, Princess.
Good evening, good afternoon, good afternoon. Thank you.
Yeah, I saw President Bernice. There is another hand. I saw Godfrey hand is also up.
Hello? Can you hear me?
See.
Oh, yes, we can hear you.
We can hear you.
Okay.
We want to see you.
Actually, my video is not working. My name is Geoffrey, not Godfrey. That's Geoffrey Tobata from Johannesburg in South Africa. Thanks for a very insightful presentation from the DDG. I just want to find out access to farmland within Gauteng. How does one apply? Does it apply through the provincial office or national office? Thank you.
Okay, I think the questions are over. Over to you, DG. The questions are over. Over to you.
Thank you very much. I realized that I'm at an international engagement
Platform.
And when I heard Japanese being spoken very fluently, it drives me to my earlier years in public service that I stayed in Japan. There were 3 questions, and let me start in Tabanchu for ease of reference. Princess, we are ready for an engagement. And you would know in terms of our engagements, both from a provincial level and also at a national level, that we are looking forward to traditional leadership and looking forward to them leading. We have got a new program that is coming up together with the Solidarity Fund, where we will be doing mostly subsistence farming. And in terms of engagements, we are ready to engage. There's another engagement that comes from the president himself, the 688 million, that is meant also to look at the very same space. So there's genuine way of looking at our people, specifically at household level, to ensure that we keep hunger at bay. So we really need to do it. And I hope that you are still keeping those food gardens still going, like the last time that I was at home at the palace and saw them running. So thank you very much for that. We have got Mamorwa Kololo. The issues that you are raising.
Before DG, I think there are bombers here. There is an iPhone. There is an iPhone, and there is this person who's playing another music at the background. Can you really, with due respect us, please? Just check. iPhone.
Mariko-san, お願いします。iPhone をミュートしてください。Mariko-san.
Yes.
Okay.
お願いします。Can you
Okay.
log in,
iPhone.
mute your...
Okay. Okay.
Thank you. Thank you. We are waiting.
DG, I'm sorry. I'm
Okay.
person of order.
Right.
Yes, I've realized that.
Yeah.
Genki Resne. We also looking at Memamora Hololo, who asked about the issues relating to how do we access this finance. All of them have got different access points. The first one would be at provincial level for your Ilimalizema and CAST. And the second level would be then at the departmental level, if you have got a business that is running, or you want to buy into a new business where you can get agri-BE, or you can get your blended finance, and also you can go directly to the lending institutions in the land bank and the IDC to assist. However, what I will do in line with my commitments, because I've been taking these questions, I will put them together with the presentation and ensure that you have got the contact details for each and every province, that you know exactly where do you go. And if you have got challenges, you can directly link with me, and I'll try and see whether I cannot link you with the people within the province. So I'll do that in terms of the presentation that I'll send to you by Tuesday. I'll have sent it through. On the issues that were asked, the third question that came, that the access to farmland in Gauteng, please contact our national office within Gauteng province. They are in Pretoria. I will also send you the number so that you can be able to access the land that you require in and around Gauteng. And thank you very much, Dr. Tapua, in terms of the input that you made for quality assurance and also around food sovereignty, which is a discussion that we Africans have got to take very seriously. Thank you very much, Kia Leboga.
Over in our president, Denise, can you, over to you.
Thank you. Thank you so much, DDG Ramasodi, for the time, and thank you for the presentation. I'm glad that everyone has come to understand and appreciated your presentation. And thank you so much. We'll be waiting for the forward for you to share the presentation and the contact details that we'll need, or any connections that we need, or the links. I now hand over to you, President Debbie.
Yes, thank you so much, DG and Director General. You know, really, there is such a high rate of poverty, high rate of hunger, high rate of unskilled people. You know, this morning, kids leading change. Some of them being as young as they are also starting to be farmers. And now at our age and seeing our communities being in such poverty, and it is very painful. We can see the numbers, we can see the figures, we can see the state. We really want shorter process. We need like one-stop shop. If I come, even if, you know, I want to export or import my product, what is expected of me? I don't know whether is it necessary if we can have a hub here, whereby we can call it an agriculture hub, whereby it will be able to assist women and youth on the value chain of agriculture, because it is such a tedious process. And really people, I think that is why people, they get so tired. They get tired because of also even the language that is being used, because English is also foreign to us. Probably they don't understand. So can we offer ourselves as World Women Leading Change that we can be able to assist with like a one-stop shop to assist women and youth in this agricultural sector? I don't have any other questions to ask, but is it possible, if you can answer me? We are here, we are an international kind of a, you know, we are international organization. we really want to assist. When is the evaluation of the SDG is going to be done? Can we assist you? Can we want to be there? So is it possible? Yes, we can see that, you know, officials in governments, they are so busy, but we are availing ourselves that we can have an office that we can be able to assist our communities in Africa and in the world. I thank you.
Chair, my hand has been up.
Who's that?
It's
Who's
Keke,
that?
so my hand has been up.
Okay. DDG? Yes, you
Can
can
I-
say it and DDG will answer. DDG?
Okay. Thank you, Chair, and thank you, DDG, for the presentation. My interest is
I don't see him.
how. Sorry.
I don't see him. Where is he?
How the department.
Oh, okay.
How the department came up with, you know, this particular campaign called one hectare, one household of land. The reason I'm asking that is we know that our society is a very patriarchal society. And a lot of times when we talk about a hectare of land for a household, you would find that those hectares of land actually go to men in the household, and not necessarily the women, because issues around primogeniture and all that. When I am a woman in my house, a lot of times the land may belong to my husband or it will belong to my first son. So I wanted to check now what was the idea, because I know for a fact that the Commission for Gender Equality had tried for a very long time to rather sell you a campaign that says one woman, 1 hectare of land, taking into account that when you say household, a lot of times this land then still finds itself in the hands of men. Thank you.
Thank you. Over to you, DDG. Over to you, Tate Ramasodi.
Thank you very much, Debbie. You never told me when you invited me that I'll be subjected to so difficult questions. The issue around the one household, 1 hectare was conceived some years back under the leadership of Minister Nkwinti. And as a department, as a new department, we are engaging in different ways. So if you go to the president's speech, the State of the Nation address that he gave earlier in February this year, he indicated that this year the department would be giving 700,000 hectares of land. And the priority in terms of the land would be for women, youth, and people with disabilities. So that emphasis is there from the president. In terms of the new phrasing that you would like to have, I think it's something that can be explored because the other time, I think I'm also serving as the chair of the Specialized Technical Committee for the AU. And there was a discussion that we had there. And one of the colleagues was making an input and said that in one country that I will never mention by name, women own land, but they own it in partnership with men. And that statement in itself is saying that women do not own land, from my own interpretation. So it's something that is very important that you have raised. I am not the decision maker. I will raise it with the people who employ me in terms of the view that you shared with me today, to say 1 woman, 1 hectare. And it's something that can be looked at. And I'm quite willing to engage further on the very same conceptualization. As you know, I'm in agricultural production, but I work with people who deal with issues of land. And I think it's something that can be explored. The issue that was asked by the chair to say, do we make space for partnerships? I have indicated that in terms of my intervention that we are currently busy with the agriculture and agro-processing master plan. And in terms of that master plan, there are various stakeholders that we are meeting. And without jumping the gun, what I can do is that I can request my colleagues just to invite your organization to one of the classical interventions that we have with the industry as part of the community, so that you can start guiding the processes from there. And I think from there, you can see what are the opportunities in terms of partnerships, but as indicated by Khosatsana Moroka, the government is extending a genuine hand for partnerships beyond just the commercial sector to our communities, and that would include community organizations. Thank you very much, Chairperson.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. If you can just send that document to me today, please, can you send that document? But you never answered me on the issue of really practicalizing, to make it easier for the community, for the one-stop shop in really unfolding this agriculture. We said that probably can be either terminologies or it's because of your bureaucracy. So how can we shorten bureaucracy, but looking also on the issue of corruption, because we know people can be corrupt, but we are here, we want to assist because we've been waiting. We've been waiting, we want to partner with the people outside the world, people want to partner with us. So please, DG, is it possible? I didn't hear you answering that question. Is it possible?
Good. Chairperson, let me just indicate that policy decisions are not taken on a Sunday afternoon. So I will shy away from taking that policy decision, and I'll not commit in terms of that area. So what I'll do in my way of doing things, I will go back to my employer and say there are people who are working on different areas of work and they are willing to partner, and that's where that decision can be taken. However, I had already indicated to say we will also invite you to the platforms that deal with the agriculture and agro-processing master plan, which is one platform that you can start utilizing in terms of changing the policy space or influencing it from that perspective. So that's how I'll answer you, Chair, without committing myself on this platform. The other issue that I'll raise is that I've committed that I will answer all the questions that were given on the very same presentation. So I will give you the presentation together with the answers and also the contact details of all the provincial people who are responsible for CAS, for ILEMA, the contact details for the Land Bank, the IDC. I'll make sure that you get that by Tuesday instead of making it today. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, thank you. President Benice, there is any other thing that you want to say?
I'd like to just thank everyone who came through for the meeting, and I'd like to thank DDG Ramasodi once again. Thank you so much, Sir. And I would like to encourage everyone, be it a man, be it a woman, as from today, as you can see, me and President Debbie are wearing purple. This is the Purple Month, the Women's Month. Let's encourage each other to wear purple as an indication for celebrating Women's Month. Other than that, thank you so much.
Yeah, before closure, thank you very much. Thank you. We've got President Pado here from Botswana. President Pado, can you please recognize other presidents? And also, Muruti Molefe will close with a word of prayer. I thank you. President Pado.
Chair, sorry, before you close, can I come in? I'm from Zambia. All right, thank you. All right, thank you so much, everyone. And thank you so much for that insight. That's very, very important information that you've shared with us. I know that it's just exclusive for South Africa, which is good for me. I'm actually learning. I'm listening to what you're putting forward as South Africa, which is good. I think for me, coming from Zambia, my full names are Dr. Tekla Ngwenya. I am a farmer. I am into hospitality. And right now, really, you know, for my background of hospitality, I've got lodges and hotels in Zambia, which we all know that tourism has been badly hit. So basically what we are looking at now, it is agriculture. And I can assure you that agriculture, it is a major drive that we all have to look at as Africa. You know, it should not just end up in South Africa. My appeal is that, look, why don't we should start focusing on things that can make us to be one Africa. As we all are aware that our vision of 2063, you know, the AU vision, where it's actually talking about the inter-trade Africa. So I think the most important thing now, even as South Africa, as you are, talking about your local local agriculture, let us now look at, you know, inter-trade with African countries, because believe you me, COVID has come for a purpose. It has come to teach us how we need to work together as Africa. You know, we need to make sure that we become food security. You know, we should have our own food here in Africa. So my appeal is that I know about the gentleman, is it Mr. Didi? Or sorry, I never got his name. I think from what you are presenting, you are coming from the government. So I think the most important thing, I would like to concur with the president, where she was asking you to say that we've got partners who are actually around, who wants to partner. So I think the most important things, let us really, really talk about inter-trade as in Africa, because that is the most important things, because I know there are certain things that grow very well here in Zambia and they can't grow in South Africa. So basically, shall we now identify crops that can be inter-traded, you know, things that I can bring in freely into South Africa without having all these protocols, because that is actually another hindrance, whereby you find that I need to bring maize into South Africa. You've got your own protocols where it's so difficult for me as a neighbor to bring stocks into South Africa. So I think right now with this COVID, we need to start talking about things that can make the business cycle to move, or to be, you know, to be easy to do business in Africa. So my appeal is, as you sit to talk about all these plans, shall we also engage the government, our leaders in our various countries, you know, so that as they sit as one, as African leaders, they should all have a common understanding to say, if we don't have the food security, then we're actually in great problems as Africa. So really, I just want to thank you all for what is being said. And this is a very, very serious issue that we need to really focus, and we should be serious about it. Believe you me, I'm a woman. I'm a very, very successful woman, you know, through hard work. And I can assure you, Madam President, with women, we can make it. So all what we need as women is to have policies that are very, very easy to manage, easy as A, B, C, D, not A, Y, Z. No, we don't want all those serious formulas. So my appeal is that all our African leaders, they should be put in one house, in one room to discuss about food security in Africa so that we become self-reliant as Africans. It's about time we start talking about one voice, we start looking at each other as one people. Thank you so much. And I'm so sorry, I think I've taken up time for everyone, but I think for me, that's my vision that I would like to see everyone carry as a woman. Thank you so much. I submit.
Thank you. Yeah, Dr. Ngwenya,
Yes.
the person who's leading the agriculture here in Africa is from DRC is Pasha Mamba. Is that she is busy? Now we took it the South African way so that you can be able to see how can we tap, how can we be able to exchange the knowledge. Yes, but I think probably President Pacha should be launching the Africa Hub in 2 weeks' time, and we'll also need all the, all the people who think alike to come and be part of us, especially with the Africa Continental Free Trade Agreement. How can we able to, move between Africa and outside Africa with our goods? I thank you, but I really wanted to say that in Africa, the land is plenty. We've got water, we've got land, but the laborers are few. Are they few because of the post-colonial, because they did colonize us? We really don't know. But we as women, we can be able to revolutionize this. And our president, who from South Africa is the chairman of the African Union, I don't know whether can we bring all the women and write a policy very quick that can be able to assist us as women. Yes, it's a peteganzima. They say that's a peteganzima. But that is the reason that we are having this World Women Leading Change. Can we put our heads together, all women organizations, so that, and we tell the men that give us space, we want things to be more easier, more simpler, in order that they can be implemented and be evaluated. I thank you. I said that we wanted to finish at least by 30:30. Is President Pardo still with us here? President Pardo? She's not with us, but I'll call President Rebecca to thank the participants, and we'll close with the word of prayer. And the prayer, Ms. Molefe will be the one who pray for this conference, for closing of the conference. President Rebecca, can you please just do some vote of thanks?
Okay, thank you, President Debbie. Thank you, Vice President Bore. And thanks to all the speakers today, DDG, and the other speaker from Botswana. We really had a wonderful time. We really learned a lot today. As WWLC, we say to you, thank you very much, with hope that today is not the last time that you have engaged with us. We'll have more engagement, especially with you, Dr. DDG Ramasodi, because I'm also in South Africa, but I'm the president of WWLC Infrastructure for Africa. So we have a lot that we are supposed to do. Thank you very much, Dr. Ayla. I saw even other president, President Keke, so I saw President Louis, I saw our president globally, President Ayla, and other presidents from other countries. Thank you very much for being part of this program, and also our guest today. And then if you are a new member that you have logged in today, if you want to join us, just engage with your country president for the membership so that they can explain to you how to join and what is our vision as WWLC, our aim and objective in women empowerment in Africa. Thank you very much, President Debbie, our SADC president. Today, we really learned a lot on the agricultural side. I thank you all. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I hear a Bishop Hololo says that she lost connection, but we've got our own song here. The World Women Leading Change, I think is going to be our World Women Leading Change so that you can hear it. It speaks about peace. It speaks about forgiveness. It speaks about unity. So it will be our prayer thing that Bishop Nklapo open up with a word of prayer, but we will close with the World Women Leading Change song. I thank you. You will listen to the song. It says, I'll play the song.
We are the women leading change, leading change. We are the women leading change for our people, for our countries, for everyone in the world. Love, peace, needed in this world, endurance, needed in this world, forgiveness, needed in this world, unity, needed in this world. Yes, African woman, leading change, Antarctican woman, leading change. Yes, Asia, woman leading change. Yes, Australia, woman leading change. Yes, Europe, woman leading change. Yes, North America. Yes, South America, woman leading change. Kalirato fella, Kalirato fella. Woman leading change, Kalitabo fella, Kalitabo fella. Woman leading change, Gotando pella, Gotando pella. Woman leading change, yes, Indonesia, yes, Ayla, yes, Ayla. Woman leading change, yes, Indonesia, we thank you, World Woman Leading Change.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
You've been such a wonderful audience. We thank you. We thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you. We can leave. Thank you very much, Dr. Ramasodi. Thank you, Olive. Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone who participated. Thank you. Thank you.
Right.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Yes.
Bye-bye from Tanzania. Bye-bye.
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 Bye-bye. Thank you very much, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Hi, Audrey. How are you? Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Thank you. On the 9th of August at 11 a.m., you must wear, you see, I've got this, but here you must wear black. You must have a headgear that is mauve and a black dress. Thank you so much. Be part of us. We love you. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you very much.
Bye-bye.
Greetings from
President.
Tanzania.
Oh, thank you. Where are you? From Tanzania?
In Tanzania. Yes, in Dar es Salaam.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Yes, you can leave now. Thank you. President Bernice, you were so nice. Purple is beautiful, huh? Imagine
so
wearing
much.
purple of us. Thank
Purple is-
you. Bye-bye.
All right, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Oli.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Bye-bye. Philo. President Philo. Bye-bye.